Hi everybody, you're probably aware this Christmas Bob Geldof and Bono and everyone else have all decided to get together and re-release a Band-Aid single. And to quote Bob Geldof, he has said, "It really doesn't matter if you don't like this song, it really doesn't matter if you don't like the artists, it really doesn't matter if it turns out to be a lousy recording. What you have to do is buy this thing." End quote. Bob, I have to disagree. We don't have to buy it. We can give money to Ebola charities directly. We can do that directly. We don't need to do it via buying this song, which, let's be honest, is more than a bit shit. The first version was shit. I think there have been at least 2 versions since. I remember 10 years ago I was a Christmas temp at Virgin Megastore, a store that is no longer. They were playing the anniversary edition, the new version of this, the Live 8 version of it, relentlessly over the PA while I worked there. Every day I would hear that song countless number of times. It was annoying. It's annoying. It sounds bad. It sounded bad originally. The new one sounded bad because it had like Dizzy Rascal bit in it. It's just stuck out horribly. It's a bad song, not least because there are lines in it like "Tonight, thank God it's them instead of you." That's a horrible line. That is a really weird thing to do. To thank God, thank God for making sure other people are starving. Thank you for making sure those people starve instead of me because I'm special and Western. Thank you, God of the West. Now they've realised this after 30 fucking years. It's taken them 30 years to realise that line is a horrible line, and they've replaced it "Tonight we're reaching out and touching you." That's not a lot better. Okay, that sounds kind of creepy. Okay. So I don't like that. There's also these lines about there won't be snow in Africa this Christmas. Not true, there is snow in certain parts of Africa. There is also water flowing. All of it isn't clean water, unfortunately, which is why we have water aid charities going out there to try and fit plumbing and build wells and so on. And a lot of people in Africa do know it's Christmas time. They are not that unaware. I mean, Africa is a continent, not a country. You have to understand there are bits of it where people do actually have a fair amount of knowledge of the West. There are also a number of practicing Christians in Africa, some of whom will be aware and celebrate the Christmas at the same time as people in the West do. So it's a culturally ignorant, bad-sounding load of pretentious nonsense. And you see, it's this saying that you've got to buy it or you can't help charity. You can help charity directly. Give money directly. Now what it's saying here is it's going to cost 99p to download and £4 to buy on CD. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give, let's say, 10 quid. Right? I'll see how much I can actually realistically afford to give. I'm going to say about 10 quid directly to the charity. That way I've given more than anyone who buys the Live Aid single, this Band-Aid single. You know, unless of course they also give money on top of that. This reminds me, by the way, when I was working in Virgin in 2004, I remember seeing at least a couple of guys. There was one guy in particular who came to the counter with an absolute stack of these Band-Aid singles that he was going to buy, and he had the most sort of sincere or austere, is that the word I'm looking for, expression on his face. It was like, look at me, look what a great person I am, look at me, 10 of them, I'm buying 10 of them. Some people just buying 1, 10, I'm buying 10, because I don't care what you say, I'm buying 10 because I'm such a good person, I'm such a wonderful person, I'm such a great person, I'm going to buy 10 copies of a shit single instead of 1. Now here's a thought. If you actually like it, and by like it I mean like the way it sounds, like the sound of it, buy 1 copy, and if you think that that isn't enough for the charity, donate some money directly to the fucking charity on top of that. You know, don't buy 10 copies, because that's a really inefficient way to give extra money to the charity. Because that means part of the money you're paying is going towards the manufacture of the CDs and all that kind of thing, and the transport and the blah blah blah. It's whereas if you just directly give the money, it goes directly to the charity. Now I'm sure that you could complain about there may be certain problems with charities. Most charities are criticised for the way they handle funds. You could do that. That's a slightly separate issue though. You could say this charity isn't handling the funds very well. But the fact is, at least the money's directly gone to them, so there's more money there. So there's a greater likelihood that it's going to do good. So I'd encourage other people to follow suit, to do what I'm doing. I'm just going to donate some money directly. I'm going to put a link in the description to an Ebola charity. I'll check to see which is the best one, and let's donate some money. Let's donate money specifically because we hate this song, and we're going to deliberately donate more because of that. You know, we're going to donate more so that not only are we negating the need for this song, but we're actually donating more than people we know who would buy it. And that, I think, would be a good idea, because this is another thing I want to bring up here. I'm a big fan of the creative arts. I like music, I like interesting videos, I like literature, I like even good TV shows I would count as art. You know, movies, I like drawings, various types of painting. I like art, basically. I like things that are creative. That's why I don't like this song, because it blows. It's rubbish. It's not creative or groundbreaking. Why can't it be a good song? That's what I mean. Why can't it be a good song? And if the answer is, oh, it's got to appeal to everyone, it's got to have mass appeal, so lots of people will buy it. Well, if that's the answer, well then, if people are going to buy it anyway, though, aren't they? This is what Bob Geldof said. Also, even if it's shit, you should buy it. Well, then why can't we just release something really weird and unusual and creative? In that case, if people are going to buy it anyway, the fact is, it has to sound sort of bland and poppy and something that will appeal to the generic public. So I don't really think this is actually productive for the arts. It gives popularity to something which isn't actually a very good work of art. Now, one of the things I quite liked about the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, by the way, I thought it was good because that gave ordinary people, like ordinary vloggers, such as myself or you, if you're a vlogger watching this, an opportunity to sort of promote our channels and donate money to a charity at the same time. So we could donate money to a charity, but we've made a video that's going to get a bit of views, get a bit of traffic. So we're sort of promoting our channel with which we express our creativity, you know, where we upload whatever, our poetry, our music, our art, our comedy sketches, whatever kind of channel you run. But, you know, we're also doing a good deed, so we're promoting the arts and helping a charity at the same time, which is great. And I'd also say, like, as a musician, I've been involved in a number of charity gigs. One of the festivals I did over the summer, that was to raise money for the Macmillan Cancer Fund, the Macmillan Nurses. And that was great, but the thing is there, you see, we did that because we're not multi-millionaires. We don't have loads and loads of money that we could just donate. The only way we could get a sizable donation to this charity would be to do something like participate in a gig, in a concert, and then people come to the concert and they pay, and the money raised from that goes to the charity. You know, because we couldn't have just given that money ourselves because we don't have it. We don't have hundreds, thousands, whatever pounds ourselves because we're just struggling musicians. So that, I think, makes sense. These musicians aren't struggling musicians. They're multi-millionaires. Certainly Bono and Bob Geldof are. You know, why don't they give some of their own money rather than asking the general public, who don't have a lot of money at all, rather than sort of manipulating and pressuring them into giving their money to a cause via their single. You know, they can't just give it directly, they've got to do it via this Band-Aid single. Well, you know, why don't they give a bit of the money? Why don't they just give over some money? But of course they've got to give money in such a way that they get to just promote themselves a little bit more to maybe to generations who haven't heard of them because they're too young, they've not heard of people like Bono or Bob Geldof. Oh, Bob Geldof, well, what a shitty musician. God, he's one of the worst songwriters ever. I Don't Like Mondays is a horrible song. It's a song about... It's this horribly chirpy song, isn't it, about a mass shooting in a school, I think, isn't it? And he thinks, oh, let's make a big chirpy, happy, la-di-da-di song about that. Oh, God. So he's only famous, let's face it, for doing these Live Aid things. What a childish response he's given to his critics as well. His response was bollocks. Now, I'm sure to people who watch The X Factor, which is the show on which this has been launched, I'm sure the word bollocks is an amazing response. Yeah, bollocks. But that's because people who watch The X Factor are morons. Now, those of us who are a bit more intelligent, we would actually like you, Bob, to go through this point by point, through your criticisms point by point, and address them properly, please, like a grown-up. You know, not like some kind of chav on a council estate who's like, bollocks to you. Yeah, ridiculous. Ooh. So yes, like I say, this song is awful. However, if you like awful songs, by all means buy it, but just buy our copy if you like it. If you don't like it, however, don't feel pressured to buy it. Just donate money directly to the charity. Like I said, I'm going to donate 10 quid because that's more than you'd actually pay for the CD or the download, and it's all going to go directly to the charity. There's no cost to be covered. So yeah, let me know what you think, everyone. Goodbye.